Alright, so this video is going to be short. It's going to talk about something in Arduino called the serial monitor and serial communication. And basically what it is the process by which you send information to the Arduino, and actually the Arduino can send information back. If you look at the Arduino board itself, you're going to notice some symbols next to the 0 and the 1 pin, and those are the pins that it actually uses for communication. And so if you were to hook up an LED to them, you notice that they start like flashing and stuff when you're sending information. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'll show you how to initialize it and how to use it. And so the first thing we'll do is we'll say serial. So it's got to be lowercase, I believe. Serial dot begin. Okay. And then we'll say, maybe it does need to be capitalized. There you go. And then this is lowercase. Okay. So anyway, and we say, and this part, I can't even really explain it. It's just there's like a rate at which it sends information, and the traditional rate is 9600. And so we're always going to just use this. There are circumstances where you change it, but I don't totally honestly understand those circumstances. However, I know that to get it to work, this is what you need to do. Okay. You can change it and it can still work, but traditionally is what we're going to do. And so this turns on the serial monitor, and what it means is that we let the Arduino know that it is capable of communicating with the computer. And then the next thing we can do is we can actually send information. So the way we do that is we say serial dot print, and we can say hi or something like that. Okay, and so that's going to send just a message. So if I send that to the Arduino, it's going to, after each blink, it's going to say hi. And that you can't see the Arduino that I've got connected, but if we go over to here, this little magnifying glass is the serial monitor. So we go there, and you can see it coming up on the screen. Okay, over and over. And there's some other stuff you do here. You don't need to worry about that, but you could see it going like that. So, and you'll notice that it keeps adding it on the same line. If I wanted to change lines, then I'm going to put an LN right there, and I'll send it. Okay, it says temporarily busy because this is the same process by which it sends information to the Arduino to program it in the first place. Okay, and so now you can see it skipping lines. Okay. And I don't even need to have this blink sketch there. I could just put this serial.print here, and what you'll see is, since I don't have any kind of delay, it's going to go really, really fast. And so when we try this out, you're going to see that it's going really, really fast now, and it just keeps saying hi, hi, hi over and over. And we can add some delay to give it a break in between those messages, so it doesn't go maybe quite so fast. Okay, and so the reasons you would use the serial monitor, there's quite a few reasons, right? And you saw while it was paused, I paused it for a second. I changed this to 1000 because it's going too fast. If I reconnect, you can see that it's kind of now every second sending it. So anyway, the reason you'd use the serial monitor, one way is for debugging purposes. So if it's not doing what I want, I can tell it to print things at certain points to see at what part of the sketch it's at, or I can even have it print the value of, say, a variable, so I can see what's happening to that variable over time. And those are both ways that you could use it to debug things. You can also use it to send information to the Arduino, which we'll use later to control some things. So what we'll do right now is this. Let me make a variable. We'll call it x. Okay, it will be an integer. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the value of x. So x equals x plus 1. And it's going to increase its value every second, and I'm going to put x right there. So now when I run this, what's going to happen is you're going to see the value of x increasing every time through the loop. And it's going to print each value of x. Okay? And I don't know why I did it twice like that. that was interesting. So there you go. You can use it like that. If we wanted to increase by 2s, we can make it a 2. And so in the purpose of, as far as the sketch that we're working on right now with the button, let me go ahead and show you that sketch with it modified for the serial monitor. So this is the button sketch that we've been working on, or you may have started with in class, and we'll add this to it. Serial.begin 9600. And then down here, what we'll do is we'll print, so serial dot print, and we'll put button status. Okay, and then we can even, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. We'll tell it to skip a line. Okay, so if I run this now, what's going to happen is the serial monitor will show me the value of the button when it's pressed and not pressed. So now you can see on the serial monitor a bunch of 1s. The button's pressed right now. If I move it to not pressed, you can see it shows 0s. If I move it to pressed, it shows 1, 0. If I let go, I press it, it's 1 again. I let go, it's 0 again. Okay, and so here I was making a decision based on that, and what we can do is we can even say, we can add a message here. So let's say serial dot print, and maybe I'll add it to the end of this one. So I'll change this from print line to just print, and I'll say serial dot print. So I'm going to add it to the end of that. So I'm going to add a space here, so it has a space before the message, and we'll say button is pressed. And then the else part, when the button's not pressed, I'm going to add another one that just says button is not pressed. Okay, so I'll go ahead and run this, and we can see how that changes it. So it's working, but it's a mess. So I need to skip the line right here and right here to avoid that. So you see it's saying that the button is not pressed. When I press it, now you can see it's saying the button is pressed, when it's not pressed, when it's pressed. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions about the serial monitor and using serial communication with the Arduino.